Welcome again, this is Michael. I'm going to play a third game with my Lotleth Troll Necrotic Ooze deck. We are now in the tournament practice room, so I am expecting to see, ooh, this is brutal, I'm expecting to see a tougher level of competition here. Let's see what I run up against. Can I keep that? I don't think so. That's yucky. And I'm just going to keep this because I don't want to go too small in hand size. This is wishful thinking, playing this guy on the first turn and hoping he's still going to be there 6 turns later. But I'm an optimist when it comes to the game of Magic. Hence I play such budget decks. I feel a pessimist who played 5-ticket decks in Modern wouldn't last too long with the game. Gilmatic is my opponent. And he opens with a Thoughtseize, and that is just a painful result because there goes my Grizzly Salvage, which I absolutely required to go get another creature. And so that, look at this hand. Ooh! It's looking pretty scrimpy for me right now. That helps. Now, we did this already, right? Where I played it for 2 against a deck with removal and got the result that I deserved. I am gonna wait. I am gonna wait. Why not? Let's see if that actually makes any sort of a difference. If he Thoughtseizes it, then that'll be that. So this deck could still be a whole lot of things. The white, black, green, Abzan. Oh, this guy. Well, he's not going to want to lose Bob to the Scoot Mob, I don't believe. Okay, let's see if he has any 8-mana cards in his hand that he can draw. Nah. Inquisition of Kozilek. Alright, well that can't grab my Reaper. But should I just toss my Reaper and, no, I don't think so. I do not have enough cards in hand to be tossing things casually into the graveyard. But against this deck, well, this deck normally has Path to Exile, so Regenerate is not going to help. And as I said in the first game, in the first video, I just don't quite have the confidence in this deck yet. I routinely play in the tournament practice room with the deck I featured last week, Notorious Rogues, a rogue tribal deck, and I do okay. But I'm not necessarily expecting much of a positive outcome here, but let's just see what the deck can do. Path to Exile. Oh, and he paths the dis? Really? Interesting. He's afraid of that growth, that the thing growing, I guess. We're still a ways off from that. And I'm not playing the Reaper, obviously. I'm going to say that was an odd decision. I mean, this deck normally has the Abrupt Decays as well, which can easily take care of a big Scoot Mob. I guess he just didn't want to risk it. He's not threatened by this guy very much yet. And we're not at Godless Shrine. Okay, well, he's got 7 cards in his hand. Holy cow. And he's at 10, but I don't have a way to, I really don't have a way to do that 10 fast enough, I think. That's also something I mentioned in the article, was there's no real jump up and hit him in the face way to suddenly come up with a big swing for 10 that he's not expecting. I mean, a Scoot Mob can grow bigger. There are a few things that can get big in this deck, but you don't really have the huge jump where your turn 5 or turn 6 is attacking for, 15 or something like that. Something absurd. This guy is supposed to be a lot bigger than that. Tarmogoyf. And we've got no creatures in the graveyard, so I toss a creature into the graveyard. I'm helping him. Alright, well, I've got my Reaper with Death Touch to block that thing no matter how big it gets. This gets pretty big too, potentially. But let us, and is it, let's see, if I toss that guy, it goes to 3. No, it's not enough to kill him. And this is sadly is looking like it's going to be defensive for quite some time. Yeah, I don't like playing defense, not against a deck that clearly is much stronger. I feel that if I'm not attacking him and getting him down to 0 quickly, then his deck is going to power through. Now, ooh, what did I do? That was silly, because I don't have 2 black, so I can't give it a Death Touch. But I hopefully don't need to, depending on whether this grows any bigger. I could have left both of those open. That's actually a fairly significant mistake. What's he thinking about here? Okay. And I need 2 black now. Potentially, anyway. There's the path. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's gone. Well, doesn't matter now. there, but he didn't get it. He got a land. He's not going to swing. I doubt, unless he's got the removal to back it up. No. And I've got hexproof for anything he throws at that right now. That does hurt though, because that shade would have been quite a bit of defense. It can get big. I really need to draw into, I need to top deck something good here. Just sitting around and hoping that for a big hit off a Bob is not there, and that's what he does. Yeah. So we're going to be saying goodbye to my Reaper, and then we are most likely going to be saying good game very soon. And is there any point? I mean, it's going to be, oh, I suppose he's got to build up, it keeps him from attacking with the Tarmogoyf for a single turn, I believe. Which, conceivably, he takes some damage from Bob. Or he doesn't. So he won't attack with the Goyf. But this is really all just a matter of time. I mean, he can play the waiting game. Oh, he does. I'm kind of surprised by that. He may have an answer for it, that's why. Another path or abrupt decay or whatever. Yeah. Ah, okay. Fair enough. And that's my assassin gone. Conceding real soon here, folks. This one is, yeah. Okay, well, this is a question. This is a tough deck we're up against. I mean, it would be really a minority of games here that he would have to really just have a bad draw. So Glissa, killing artifacts, don't need. You know, this is kind of a desperation card. For each creature its controller sacrifices it unless they pay X life. If the board gets out of hand, you could sweep with it. Do I really want to bring in a bunch of removal though? I guess Royal Assassin and let's just do good old-fashioned Murder's Cuts, which allow us to empty out our graveyard a bit for the Goyfs. So that seems good. And goes through Bob, but it's really the Goyfs that matter. Can't be countered, but no, he's not countering anything. So let's just go with that. And this is just a mismatch, but let's just see what happens. If we get a great draw and we don't know one creature, just one creature against this guy just seems absurd. There's our troll. Yeah, that's a very slow way to enter a game, but nasty. Another mulligan may have just resulted in a two-minute duel. Extirpating a path to exile would be a nice thing to do, but let's just see. So this is now looking just ouch. Not enough land to get going. And if I can extirpate something, at the very least, we'll get to open up his deck and take a peek and gaze longingly at all the non-budget cards that we're up against. I suddenly wish I was back in the just for fun room. Are we having fun? We're still having fun though. I'm still having fun. Something I've done before is to actually extirpate the fetch lands. If someone tosses a fetch land on turn 1, you extirpate the fetch land. You're pulling 4 lands out of their deck, which, you know, they might need. What's he going to take, you think? Troll or the extirpate? I think most likely he's going to take the extirpate. What do you think? Troll. Oh, this is just, this is a bit hopeless now, isn't it, guys? Chance that he's there for an attack next turn has got to be pretty slim. Well, the crummy draw is making the deck look a little worse than it is, but this game obviously just, we ran into a wall. It's entirely predictable. A greatly needed land, though. What do I need? I need a swamp. Abrupt decay or the path to exile. It doesn't really matter at this point, does it, folks? What's he got? Oh, he's just got tons of removal. This is now just clearly a hopeless one. We're going to have the Siege Rhino coming down really soon. And when that guy comes down, we're going to say good game. Well, I was hoping to at least, you know, do some damage and give this guy a run for his money, but this is maybe a case of a deck that's not quite ready for the tournament practice room. There's got to be ways to improve it, though. I think this gentleman is maybe not the right approach at all. A lot less Troll could maybe go with a deck that is just more based on tossing counters around, and I do have a version of that. I took Una's Blackguard and put it into a Golgari deck where there are just counters everywhere. And Lawless Troll's in there as well, and I think it may even be a stronger deck than this one. Did he happen to have a creature? If he did, I don't think so. Oh yeah, the Siege Rhino, of course. But this is all just delaying the inevitable. I think it is 24 land in the deck. You guys are getting a peek of things to come over here. 23. So, we could go up a land or two, couldn't we? With all those 4 mana guys, clearly. That was a bit of an oversight. I thought I had 24 land in here. Not sure what made me get a little greedy on the 23. Yeah, I suppose I could have taken all of his Lingering Souls, or the Siege Rhinos would have been good. Let this go on too much longer. There's really not a point. A land, and still he's only got 1 card. But I think I have sufficiently proven that this deck is perhaps not up to grabbing a victory away from a deck like this. I will say that I have beaten the Abzan Siege Rhino deck with Notorious Rogues, so don't think I'm crazy for wanting to step into the tournament practice room with the five ticket budget decks. It can be done. And the card that works well there is Aetherize and stuff like that. It's just a wonderful way to get rid of tokens. And this is going to be every turn now that he tosses this thing down here. So I need 2 more turns to even play a creature. That's clearly not going to happen. So I'm just going to explain to the gentleman, or lady, Gilmatic could be, a land. Alright guys, well, we tried. Thanks for watching.